today's the last day that I can actually look at the lights on the boat at night and then have a full day to be able to proactively do something if there is a problem. So right now, up there, you can see our anchor light. That's always good. So we need to check our nav lights. That's our two biggest concerns. And then we'll also want a light on our stern. So time to check. We're just gonna flip one at a time, starting with the foredeck light. That one does nothing. But our friends back there who gave us the charts that we needed are leaving today and heading to Marathon. Then we have another friend leaving in a little bit here, and they're going to Sarasota area. So marina life, everyone's going somewhere. All right, I checked every light, and we got that one that stays on. I think it's automatic, like charged up by solar power, and then the rest of them, the switches aren't doing anything. So I know other things on that switchboard work, but I don't know what else could be causing every light to not work. So I need to get up because it's like what, 9 a.m. I need to start a couple projects, and then Nicole is leaving around 2, so can't be all projects, but I've got a big task list, and it's the last day before tomorrow morning when we roll out.
I think I'm really gonna miss the subtle rocking of the boat, and I have to go back to my bed that's just not gonna move, and we're just like little babies in here getting rocked to sleep every night. I'm gonna miss it. You're looking rough.
Yeah, I am. So last night when... What?
Your hair!
I don't care. I noticed that if I step here, it makes a slosh noise. So I looked in the bilge, opened it up, and there was nothing in there. After looking in the bilge and there was nothing, I see like a little leaking, like minor leaking down here, but it's not a ton. It looks like more so when I step what comes out, and so I'm wondering what's causing water to get there. And I think when I get back to Marathon, I'm probably just gonna lift the whole floor and replace it, because I don't want to leave it to chance and then do a bunch of other stuff to the boat and then have a leaky floor with something under it that could be a big problem. So yay, projects. And here is where our engine is. It's a 13 horsepower Volvo that's original to it, so I'm registered as an antique boat, but we need to actually get in here and figure out where that bolt for the alternator is. There's our engine. She pretty.
She smells like mold.
Everything smells like mold. Welcome to a boat that's 50 years old. This right here is our alternator. As you can see, it's loose and there's no belt on here, so love that. Our belt we have to put on, and we also need to find a bolt that will allow us to reattach the alternator in there so it won't be rattling around. So this is a new project. So then does this piece go here?
What piece? I'm looking at a wall. What? What is that?
The bottom of it. Does that go there?
No.
So does this just freely hang and this is the only thing
Probably,
attached?
Yep, right.
Okay. And then the belt goes where?
Around the alternator and then around the that wheel that's right.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
But find the bolt. It should be down there on the bottom.
Yep, I'll look. Bye.
Okay, let me know. Alright, let me back.
I don't see a bolt in there. Oh, yes, I do. Well, here's the bolt. Covered in crap, wet grease, I don't know. But And it's honestly, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like it's been down there for far too long and it might not function as a bolt even. You can see that it's coming up a little bit. It's like almost a 1/4 inch of caked on who knows what, but it's coming off like crispy pieces. And there's a bolt under here somewhere, but I don't know how long it has to be to get like that. I chiseled it all the way down to this, and what I figured out is that there is no more threading, and that's all corroded off. So that probably won't survive. I'm gonna put it in some bleach while it's raining, and hopefully that changes. We did find this. It's not what it's supposed to be, but it's just too big, so we're gonna let it soak in bleach for a little bit, and if that works, awesome. If not, I'm going to a hardware store. So found this little screw, well, bolt, and we can't tell the size, so we're just gonna roll the dice. It costs $1. Found the bolt that I hope works, and they ended up giving it to me for free, and I bought these shoes because I was stealing a pair of her flip-flops and kind of uncomfortable in them.
Not okay.
Yeah,
Not okay.
and these were only 25 bucks after all the clearances, so $60 shoes for 25 bucks, I'll take it.
I've been wanting these for a while, and I finally found them in person, and so I got them for us.
So the West Marine screw bolt is still too big. Yeah, cool. At least it was free. She's leaving.
Bye.
Nicole's gone. Finally. I'm just kidding. There's no way I would have been able to accomplish half the work without another person helping me for an entire week. So, thanks, Nicole. Backer West Marine. Got 2 options this time. They're smaller. Maybe too small. I don't know. This is my last run at it for now. Otherwise the alternator is gonna hang loose and no belt running solar. Yeah, for how expensive West Marine is, I've saved $3 because they keep giving me the screws for free. Nice people. I hope one of these works. We got a few new options. This is the one that we just tried. And we got 2 smaller ones. So, hoping that this works. Oh. That's questionable. Might be this one. What the heck? The more I look at it, the more I'm not even sure it has threading in there. I'm pretty confused. If I move this, I see a screw back here that I don't think you can see on camera. Not a screw, but like a hole. And then I see one down here. So what I'm wondering is if I've been trying to attach this to the wrong thing, and instead should find a way for it to fit there. Alright, so I pulled up some pictures, and I don't know if you can tell in the picture, if I zoom here, but that circle is what I'm going to call it for now. That's the alternator that actually sits above this and way above this, so it's kind of in this general area, making me think that maybe it goes into here, and the arm that was in the way where I previously thought that it went. So, is there a slot for us to sit it on? Alright, so I talked to my cousin Derek, who knows a lot about engines and the parts around the engine, and what he's telling me is that through here, I need to be able to bolt in there. I need to then apply a bolt here, but that doesn't really do anything. That doesn't attach, so I'm not sure. He can't obviously be here to like pull on it, so he's trying to just walk me through it based on pictures I'm sending him and like marking up and labeling in the picture. Like I'm like 1, 2, okay, where's the third bolt go? And then he points up here. But if I can bolt these 2 down, and they're both pretty long. Oh, this one had a bolt snap in there. That's not gonna happen. Dang, so I guess my only bet then is to use this spot, which I'm just gonna screw this in for now. So there's something. Seems to be making slight progress. No, it's not making any progress. My dad and Jason are gonna come and sail with me back to Marathon tomorrow morning because Nicole had to leave. So I'm gonna have them help me with it in the morning. Like I said, the boat runs without the belt and without the alternator. So it might just be a project for Marathon, but I've got other things that I have to get done today, so we're gonna go do that. On each side of the boat, we have water tanks, and these water tanks are down here, and we have to fill each side of that, so we're just gonna take the hose and fill each side kind of full, enough in case we have a problem we have water. But I also do have the cans full, and I have jugs that I got from Publix, so we're not gonna go low on water. But I want to fill this, and then when we get back I'm gonna bleach it out and then pump it all out, and then we're gonna fill it with clean water that we can trust. But for now, if we have to boil water, this will do. Alright, so water tanks, fuel tanks, waste tanks, they all have the same kind of key. It goes in here and it attaches on 2 prongs, and then you unscrew it. Hose goes in. We're gonna hope this doesn't spray everywhere when I turn it on. Woo. I tried to slide out a little. Projects like this were a little easier when I had Nicole to help me. But we can do it solo, not a big deal. At this point, I've added about probably 15 gallons. I know it takes a lot more. I'm gonna add about that same amount to the other side, but I'm gonna stop filming here and focus on this. I'm not gonna fill them all the way in case we have a leak or anything. This will let me assess it a little. All right, water's done, but now we need to go get diesel fuel. So I need to go talk to the dock master and make sure they have a line that can run down here, and I don't have to move the boat somewhere to get the diesel, which I'm sure I won't. But yeah, we need fuel for the way home, especially if we're gonna treat it like a power boat. So I talked to the marina people, and the hose actually doesn't reach the slip that I'm in. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna unscrew it, because I'm only with myself. I don't wanna go over to the fuel dock and then have to come over and park again and tie up. That'd be a bit of a pain. So I don't wanna do it alone. I'm gonna unscrew the diesel cap here, and then I'm going to empty the cans that we have into it, and if that works, awesome, but it'll give me a gauge of where we're at. The fuel gauge actually doesn't work. So if this fills up with that, awesome. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go fill up the tanks and do a second round of it and fill this up. Because as long as this is full, I know that we have more than enough to get home and then back home. But that's the plan for now. Can't get the hose, so we're making do with what we do have, and we have a lot of cans. Heavy. Oh my gosh, we gotta go on the outside. This is too hard to fit. A little spillage back here. If we burn a ½ gallon every hour, and we have 16 hours under power, that means that we need at least 8 gallons in here. This is 5. Can we count on 3 already being in the tank? This is where the SpongeBob voice comes in. Not his voice, but the narrator. Like 1 hour later. Alright. That's what we got. So, let's take a peek. I think to play it safe, I'm gonna cap this, say we're good there, but I'm gonna fill up with the hose, fill this 1 can, and then I know we'll be good because that'll at least cover our 8 gallons. So I came back into the boat and there's water all over the floor. So I lifted up the bilge. There's water all in there and all throughout. So we're gonna run the bilge, but I'm guessing this is because I filled the water tanks, which I'm not sure why it did that or where it's actually coming from. But this is a problem that I don't want to have right now. Let's see what we're working with. I can hear it running. can't really tell if the water's going down yet, but I definitely hear water getting shot out of the bilge in the back of the boat. Oh, still have no intention of using that until I replace it. What's interesting is the hose, or faucet, still doesn't work, despite filling up with water, which makes me more worried about where this leak is coming from. On the bright side, the bilge is going down. I can now see the units that were previously submerged. So this should get cleaned up soon. I still don't know where else the leak is coming from because it's all over the floor, which it shouldn't be. Cool, add it to the list. Made a phone call, figured out what the bilge problem was. It's definitely a crack in one of the tanks, but it's not that expensive to fix apparently. And that's the same problem with when I step and it squishes in the floor, it's leaking out from somewhere, and it's the one on the starboard side. So we gotta fix that, but that might not be that bad. We gotta start this boat up and make sure that we can do that still. So it's a quick little project. Well, hopefully no project, quick little process of starting. Started first, well, kind of first, second try. She's running good. It was a bit of a process to start her up. I had to turn the key, I had to push the ignition a couple times, nothing was happening, had to pull the choke, then turn the key again, and then I pushed the choke back in, and then she started up. So, not too bad. And then back here, I don't know if you can see it, but she's spitting pretty good. So, everything seems to be working, and yeah, tomorrow morning, first thing, bright and early, somewhere between 6 and 7, we're gonna take off and head to Marathon. I couldn't be more excited.